Yeah, the easy and very accessible ones. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a
Yes.
very good point. I think I have to start by saying that I was raised very consciously, with a very conscious mindset by my parents. I
Okay.
was not so basically, I was not so, I think even, let me start different. I think they were not even thinking about how they raised me, that this is like the sustainable and conscious way.
Hmm.
But that I think, that was given, that was the way basically they were raised, right? And they just thought, it makes a lot of sense. And so thinking about, for example, especially like clothes and clothes what you wear. My dad, I always like to cite that one because it's really true and it's a good example. He would always use, like the very old t-shirts, which are like, not you wouldn't give to charity because they're just like really old, right? But he would always say like, all these old clothes, like it's usually it's still good cotton, right? It's maybe not white anymore because they're just old, right? But
Yeah.
I can still clean my car with this or like something else to clean with it because then like the cotton is really it's very soft, like it's really good for the car, right? Or for the bike
Exactly.
or whatever you have you. So, and that was, this is how I grew up, like all this repurposing of stuff, right? And if something was like broken or something, I mean, my mom is better than this than me, like mending stuff and so on. But we would give it to the tailor, right? And even like with their clothes, I think more than with ours, for sure, these days, I think it's very difficult and hard to find. Is that when you buy, I think t today in this time, we would call this bespoke, right? But back in the day, like even for my dad and like even earlier, basically, when they bought clothes, so first of all, they didn't buy that a lot of times, right? So second of all, when they bought clothes, they had usually a little more cloth inside. So basically, if your body would change, you can adjust the pants, right? And if it would
Hmm.
have to be bigger or
Right.
smaller at some point in time, it would just fit because there was just a little bit inside. Now, I get that if you want to scale that, that's a lot of waste, I guess, in the industry because nobody is giving away free money and giving away all that cloth nobody needs is giving away free money. I get that.
Right.
But this is kind of like the idea how, Savile Row in London, the bespoke
Hmm.
area there, it's been built, right? It's been
Yes.
on tailoring and basically that you don't have to throw things away. You will have them for a lifetime because the fabric is very good and we can adapt it to kind of like the body type you have, right? In different kind of periods of your life. So that's one thing, how they raised me. The other thing is, to be honest, like I had bad experiences with
Okay.
fast
I'm
and
very interested to know them.
accessible fashion. So this it
Okay.
all needs like I think a turning point. I wouldn't say there was like one thing what happened which like really got on my nerves, but I clearly remember there was one part like I think the last item I bought at Zara was like 6 or 7 years ago, and I was definitely in a part because you know that like I'm an ex-banker, so I definitely had enough money to could have afforded something else, right? And I was not only buying at Zara, by the way, but I remember this very clearly because I wanted to have like a simple white t-shirt, like kind of like the one I'm wearing now, and a black one and whatsoever. I don't remember what it cost, like maybe 8 euros, 9 euros, something like that, like below 10. I'm pretty sure below 10. And I bought these two t-shirts, and when I washed them, because I also grew up with my mom saying like you always have to wash these things. Never really thought about how much chemicals are in there, how toxic really chemicals in there. But like, okay, so you have to wash it. So then I washed it, and really after the wash, it looked like a really bad car accident. And I've never even worn it once. So first of all, it was smaller, and then no, it was not my fault. I washed it the usual way I wash my clothes. But I was so mad at, putting, and here's the thing, what people don't usually calculate. So for me, it was like not only that, I brought them like 10 euros and I didn't get anything for this because I knew, I was too disappointed and sad to throw it away the same day. But I can tell you, I needed a few days, but I would never wear it and I would throw both of them away. So that's one thing. There's another thing which is hidden, what people don't want to talk about, but this is very important in this whole process, is
Hmm.
the emotional deception. And this is for to me, it's like an emotional cost, if you want to say so, right?
Yeah.
So for me, putting in the time of going to Zara. And usually Zara is like packed. So it's not really nice of, the whole experience and everything. So you
Right.
go in there, you put the effort in, you find the t-shirt or whatever you find that.